What is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to LeBron's IQ is overrated. You know, this was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know, my generation, they always say that, you know, LeBron's IQ is one of the best in NBA history, one of the best passes and everything. So seeing this title of this video is kind of throwing me off guard. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. So maybe I might learn a couple things that I didn't know, cause maybe the media actually brainwashed me, chat. Cause I genuinely thought, you know, LeBron was one of the best passers of all time. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you guys are new to my channel and enjoy this type of content, or you just enjoy classic / old NBA content, man, you know, hit that subscribe button, man, and join the crew. But hey, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Yes, sir.
It's definitely disappointing, but nothing has lost. We haven't lost nothing yet, and we just gotta still believe.
Question: I was just looking for somebody to get open. You know, we still had 2 seconds to get the ball across half court, but everybody kind of went into the front court. You know, if I could take it back, you know, in a timeout, maybe just have one guy break open to the backcourt. We still had time. 2, absolutely. I mean, that play happens all the time. You know, hand is part of the ball. That's what they say. And, I feel like the hand was a part of that ball. I was able to get his hand on top of the ball stripped down and out on him. So.
Y'all think he fouled on this play? It kind of looked like he hit his hand. Y'all think that? Let me know down below. Yeah, it did.
I've seen that play over and over before, but.
This is one of the reasons why LeBron's basketball IQ is overrated. Look at the 2 responses. One is of hope and moving on. The other is focusing on justifying the past. Instead of LeBron thinking, why did I swipe down when I had Ant in a terrible spot with only 2 seconds on the shot clock? He's focused on the call. Instead of thinking, why did I throw the ball to Luka's right hand where McDaniels could get it, instead of throwing it to his left hand away from McDaniels?
Those are back-to-back mistakes, bro. And those are horrible mistakes in late games, bro. Oh my god.
Instead, he wants Luka to risk a 10-second count. LeBron James is one of the greatest winners statistically we've ever seen. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen.
Okay.
But I'm here to tell you, as someone who's done extensive research on his entire career and watched many of his interviews and done the same with other top players, it has become clear to me that LeBron James' basketball IQ is slightly overrated. Now, LeBron loves creating narratives. From wearing a cap.
Chat, y'all think his IQ's that overrated? Before we start the video, do you guys think his IQ's overrated? Let me know down below.
Cast for a Game 1 injury after a Game 4 loss to remind the press JR cost him the finals, to carrying copies of books he hasn't read.
So you're holding the autobiography of Malcolm. What's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago. Read and a lot of notes over the years. It's my first time actually reading this from start to finish.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I think he's capping right here. I don't even think he read this book, bro.
Very smart man. Very smart man. Basically.
To outright claiming he's the GOAT.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
Bro!
But despite all that, narrative or not, most people, including me, agree he's an all-time great and we have been blessed to witness him play. But a narrative that has always been said about him by others, in my opinion, mostly because he's an extremely skilled passer for a 6'9" forward and has a photographic memory, is that he has an extremely high basketball IQ. Some even saying it's second ever
That's
to
exactly what I was thinking, chat. Bro, I seen his passing and I'm like, bro, he's 6'8" and he can do that. No one's doing that, bro. That's very impressive. He gotta be one of the best. That's what I used to think, bro.
Magic Johnson.
That's what I
want to be clear. He does have a very high basketball IQ. But the distinction I'm making in this video is that sports IQ has multiple facets. And the part I'm obsessed with on this channel is winning intangibles. There are players I feel in this generation, in fact in the playoffs right now, that have a higher basketball IQ than LeBron. IQ is not just memorization, it's problem solving. LeBron is an all-time great at memorizing plays, understanding offensive systems, etc. But where he's simply only been above average in his career is a sports IQ of knowing how to win games. Understanding at each moment all the different chess pieces psychologically going on and figuring out
he's not that good at winning games in a clutch due to his IQ?
Exactly what's needed to win. We've all played with these people in open gyms. One guy seems like an average player and just seems to always make those little winning plays and keeps winning and stays on the court. The guy with an endless bag but always loses heartbreaking games, but he keeps getting picked up and then he loses again.
Wow.
Perhaps it's best explained in this clip by BJ Armstrong talking about Michael Jordan.
Starting with that season, I felt Michael Jordan never played basketball anymore. he just figured out how to win the game. He knew how to steer momentum. He knew how to get guys going. And not only was he that good on the offensive end, he was just as good on the defensive end.
Okay.
So he was just playing a different game than the rest of us. He let us play.
So he just basically studied the game. Like, he just paid attention to what was going on. He knows how to win. He knows how to score, but that at the same time, he knows what it takes to win, okay? That's like a whole different perspective, okay?
But he was there to win the game. And he knew that. And once he figured that out, you couldn't beat him.
I hope you're starting to understand what I mean now. And I do think LeBron has improved in this regard, specifically during his second stint in Cleveland after he learned it with Dwayne Wade on the Heat. In the last 3 to 4 years, LeBron has seemingly realized that his last 3 GOAT claims that are still in play are 1, longevity and stats, 2, playing with his sons, and 3, being quote-unquote the smartest player ever. Seeing that Michael Jordan has been a poor owner and has never engaged in social justice, it has illuminated what LeBron will pursue after he retires as well. To accomplish his goal as being known as the smartest player ever, he first started out with giving actually very impressive recollection and memorization of the...
Chat, do you guys think that LeBron's the most smartest basketball player ever? Like, do you guys actually believe that? Let me know down below.
...breakdown of plays in various interviews. But then, seemingly realizing the narrative isn't enough, he started doing podcasts and finally started his own podcast with his now coach, JJ Redick, and probably got him hired in the first place.
Oh, no.
I don't just go online and look up LeBron James highlights.
We all watch our own highlights on YouTube. LeBron.
I'm telling you.
You've never gone on YouTube?
Yes, I have.
And hey, maybe if this gets enough likes and shares on social media, LeBron will actually respond to it on his Mind in the Game pod. Just kidding. Surely there's no way that happens, right? Right? If you see this, LeBron, I feel a lot of people hate on you and don't have the guts to actually discuss it with you. So I'm here to tell you, I live in Cali. If you ever want to discuss it, I will meet you in LA. We can discuss it. You have my word.
Wow.
Now let's get into the film and discuss why LeBron's basketball IQ is overrated and has held him back from winning more than he has. Now, as I've said, I think LeBron's basketball IQ in terms of play memorization and passing concepts is one of the best ever.
Okay.
I want to discuss the winning play side of basketball IQ. As a trainer myself, I can't teach players to be 6'9", 260. But players, I want them to emulate, make winning plays, and understand how and when to...
That was, bro, the thing is about that play, that was like an easy move, bro. He just lost the ball, and he didn't try to get it back.
Make them. The first aspect I want to talk about with LeBron, and I hope we get to ask him one day to his face. When you have the God-given talent, you are so blessed to be in the position you're in, you have to consistently get back on defense. I couldn't find the clip, but I've heard that LeBron views it as he wouldn't be able to get back anyways, so might as well stay back to get the 2 free points, as every person that we've played with that cherry-picked and pickup has said. Sometimes it ends up being the case, but there are so many instances of his teammates busting it to extend the half-court possession, and he eventually returns right as his opponents score.
You might consider getting Cat back in the game with the 4 personal fouls. Beasley finds Vando underneath Timberwolves.
Why does he give up every time, though? Why give up, bro?
Minnesota's field percentage has been plummeting. Getting down there with the Lakers. Lakers are just under 40% shooting. Minnesota 41.9.
Anthony.
Okay, as you can see, the theme, he's either frustrated with what he perceives as teammates' mistake or a referee. But again, you can chalk it up to hustle, but to me, it's also a part of winning basketball IQ. You have to understand the situation. Now again, I don't want this to be a bash in LeBron statement.
Bro, he's ball watching, bro. This is what I get yelled at for doing on a basketball court if I ever do this, bro. He's ball watching.
To illustrate a few players at the end who I feel have a winning plays IQ. But at the same time, a lot of young players do emulate LeBron, and I think it's important to pick and choose. We want players to take things that make players great and leave other things behind like this. So I'm just going to highlight a few here. Okay, we've all seen this play. If I'm LeBron, and hopefully all of you watching who play sports, if you had the choice between playing with grown men who are confident, have pride, who demand respect, between yes men who are there to follow you around like sheep, you're going to choose the dogs. So part of basketball IQ of winning intangibles is how you react to and treat your teammates during games. If you have dogs in your team, they're not trying to see their leader look and act like this, blaming and pouting when the game is not over.
That is facts. If he kept his composure and just acted like it was normal, I promise you the Cavs would have had more confidence going into overtime and won the game. I'll be completely honest. That happens, bro. When your star player actually gives up, it just gives you guys a sign of no hope, bro.
Yet. Many people say LeBron's performance against the Celtics in Game 7 was his best performance. But man, this Game 1 I watched every minute, and up until he mentally checked out for the overtime, I think his performance in regulation was his best ever.
Wow.
But part of basketball IQ is knowing how to get the best of your teammates. And in this instance, not only did LeBron shut down himself, he also shut his teammates down. And as we saw at the beginning of the video with the cast, he let the world know it was his teammates' fault, the refs' fault. So, in summary so far, the two things that if you're an up-and-coming athlete and you want a high basketball IQ for winning, first, don't overthink the strategy when it comes to hustle. Just hustle at all times. It's always the answer because one, it motivates your teammates, and two, it obviously, of course, usually brings better results. Secondly, learning how to motivate and lead your teammates and doing it when the going gets tough, not just when it's easy. Last thing I think he's a bit overrated with in basketball
he should have never checked out because he had 50, bro.
IQ is the half court and specifically on his drives. He has only ever developed in 22 years a line drive and an occasional counter spin move.
What?
In his younger years, he would occasionally jump stop, but because he doesn't have any footwork, it often leads to bad decisions late in games. Of course, also his free throw shooting. Most elite superstars
Bro, I would expect him to be a good free throw shooter by now, bro.
have endless late shot clock footwork to get free. But LeBron often throws the ball to teammates late in the clock who are somewhat open, but are often not expecting the ball. Or their defender does a flying closeout knowing they don't have any time to blow by. So while I think LeBron is not necessarily unclutch or scared at the end of games like some people have said, he is an above average clutch time player, but he has often let down, especially earlier in his career in late game decision making. Many times he was doing a straight line drive, and when a help man would slide down to bait LeBron into passing to a role player for a three, he would always take the bait. And
bro, why? Why does he take the bait?
Of course, they're not expecting it and they would miss.
Okay, now if you're asking, what players can we look to that are excelling with the winning intangible side of basketball IQ? Here are a few of my favorite that are currently in the playoffs. These players do a ton of winning things that don't always show up in the box score, such as making the extra pass, setting the right screen, organizing a play that's gone wrong, rotating off the worst shooter late in the shot clock to force the ball to be passed to them, boxing out much bigger players, picking up full court to disrupt when a team just called a slow developing set, spacing in the right spot, knowing where to cut, studying the offensive players' tendencies when they're on defense and forcing players away from their strengths. Jimmy Butler, Davion Mitchell, Lou Dort, Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Jared Vanderbilt, Jaden McDaniels, Amen Thompson, Josh Hart, and of course my personal favorite, Jrue Holiday. To me, this is the other half of basketball IQ. And the few times in history where elite athletes have combined it with skill, we've seen them win a lot of championships. MJ had this sort of sports IQ. Wayne Gretzky had it, Tiger Woods had it, and Tom Brady had it. What do they all have in common? They are all GOATs. In this video, though, for the sake of time, I'd like to highlight just a couple of sentiments about the guys I've listed above and then some plays from Jrue Holiday.
We gonna win, bro. He was like, we gonna be a top 5 seed in the West. We gonna win. We gonna shock the world. People don't believe me. He was like, I'm that good. I was like, damn, Jimmy, I'm good too. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, nah, I'm that good, bro. I'm gonna change this whole thing around. Like, Cat gonna average 25, Wig gonna average 20 something. I'm gonna average like 18. He was like, but they gonna be the main focal point. I'm gonna do all the little things. First 2 games of the season, we wasn't looking that good. Jimmy come in the locker room, he was like, fuck this team. I gotta be me. I gotta take over this whole thing.
What? So he said, forget it, bro. We're not going crazy. I don't like how we playing. I'm gonna take over everything.
He started killing, and he just started like, they ain't the ones. Like, they don't got it. And I'm like, damn, Jimmy, they got it. Like, he's like, they ain't got it. They don't believe like we believe. They used to losing. I don't know how to lose. I ain't used to losing. They used to losing. And he just started being him, and the whole thing changed. We started believing in him, but, you know, when somebody got that kind of willpower, some guys can't handle it.
Here are some of the small winning things Jimmy does. Look at this first clip. Jimmy has never liked taking threes, believing just like MJ that they take away from his aggressive mindset. But as he's organizing his teammates, he realizes they're trying to blow up the play by sagging, so he purposefully shoots knowing he's going to have to make them respect it at some point. This next play really typifies Jimmy Butler. Great read on the rebound, quick outlet, reads that Triple J has his head turned, and jump stops and waits for Jerry Payton Jr. to cut and makes a great pass. On this next play, he's waiting on the wing for Quentin Post and GP to make some off-ball cuts, but he sees his last three didn't do
Jimmy Butler low-key tough.
the trick. Aldama is still sagging. So he passes the ball off, knowing he's going to get it right back, and Aldama will sag again, and he'll have to shoot again to make them respect it. Memphis came in with the game plan to make Jimmy a shooter and clog the paint against his driving kicks. But now, because he purposefully established his shot, Aldama's up, and all Grizzlies defenders are just staying home. Jimmy now gets to execute his favorite part of his game again, drive right to the middle of the paint until some help defender becomes impatient, and then he can kick to a shooter. Sure enough, Kennard falls for the bait. GPJ, who has a pretty high winning IQ himself, sets a back screen, and it's a three. This is a sub to one, but actually putting the effort in to fake the misdirect and then use the screen to execute this inbounds play. Little things matter. Now that he's established
that was bully ball right there. That was nice.
His shot, he can do whatever he really wants to get into the paint, except there's a closeout. But he realizes it's the slow-footed Edie and beats him to the spot. Now he shot and drove. Edie's helpless. Jimmy reads his miss perfectly and hits the 7-4 Edie with the too small.
Yeah.
Here again, the IQ of when to cut. He knows Steph draws a crowd, so he's already ready. But when he sees Aldama turn his head, there he goes, and a great finish. Look, here, this is classic Jimmy. Just staring down Triple J like, I'm about to spin, baby. You want to block it? And the whole time, he's just waiting for Draymond. He knows Draymond is an old man, and Triple J is an elite shot blocker, though. He reads it happening, and he beats John to the tip.
That was a tough. Oh,
that's just winning basketball.
Tough.
Also probably saved Draymond a tech for arguing it was a foul, so it's doubly intelligent. This one is a design play with 6'3 Steph screening the 7'4 Edie. But still, the bait and the timing of the cut are perfect. How many times do we see players just sag into the paint on this, and then there's a kick out to the corner three for their man? Not Jimmy. He sees it coming and becomes the aggressor for another steal and 2 points.
Okay.
The problem with these winning plays is highlighters don't care about these things that much, so it's almost impossible to find clips. I'm working on getting more game footage for the future, but that's really the whole goal with this channel. Changing the culture, hopefully, to where we start to celebrate mentality and winning plays more over flash. So finally, to finish up the video, I'm going to show some clips from Jrue Holiday.
Jrue Holiday is solidified as probably the best defender in the league at the guard position.
What? Yo, chat, you guys think Jrue Holiday's the best defender in the league at the guard position?
You know, you put Jrue in any system, any coach is going to ask him to guard the best player. I mean, we played them in 2018 second round, and he guarded me the whole series. And he was picking me up full court. He was guarding me in the post. And I actually, it was tough to dribble on Jrue Holiday. He slides his feet so well. He got good hands. He's strong. He got good instincts. Like, I gained a lot of respect for him.
Jrue Holiday's like 6'1", right? 6'3". How tall is he, chat? Can you guys let me know down below?
In that series, because he went from guarding me to Clay to Steph to guarding Draymond, neutralizing pick and rolls. Like, he's special.
Owning your role. Nobody wants to accept that role. The Derek Whites, the Jrue Holidays, they stand out. The Josh Harts.
If you guys want to watch somebody that's a skilled basketball player, just watch Jrue Holiday. Ain't no holes in his game. He not finna celebrate. He gonna score the ball, sprint back hard, get back before. They gonna build a wall. He gonna communicate. Like, it's like everything you supposed to do that come with it. It's all fun.
Jrue Holiday in his prime had the highest basketball IQ in the game. The only thing holding him back from being the best player in the league was being 6'4" and being only a 37% three-point shooter, which is good for league average, but a bit low for an elite guard. Let's start with one of the main things he's known for, his defense. This is my
he clamping Damian Lillard up.
All-time favorite clip from Jrue because it's him in a nutshell. The point of this drill is for the offensive player to attack closeouts. Svi Mykhailiuk is 6'7", Jrue is 6'4". Every other NBA player would give up on this. Look at this block.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And his most famous play in the NBA, which broke Phoenix and essentially won them the title, he reads the Booker spin, rips the ball away, and throwing the high-risk, high-reward lob to Giannis. And then this play, showing a great read and hustle, then seeing the outlet, then a good shot fake, and then the beautiful give and go with Porzingis. That's winning basketball.
Jrue Holiday, a basketball savant.
Okay.
This man is an absolute defensive genius. Please go watch the series he had while he was on the Pelicans versus the Portland Trailblazers, offensively and defensively. Obviously, he's got more of his notoriety from his Bucks and Celtics days, but that playoffs, he was finally healthy and at the height of his powers, and he outplayed Dame and CJ. I'll put the links in the descriptions to both this.
I remember this series, and I remember when Damian Lillard lost to Jrue Holiday, and I was genuinely shocked because the Pelicans were the underdogs.
Defensive highlight video from before and the Pelicans versus Blazers highlights. Please, if you guys want to see high basketball IQ, go check them out. I'll also put the list of guys I think young players should watch that I mentioned earlier in the video. And here's also a list of their best nicknames. You guys can put in the comments which one you think are the best. I'll leave you with a clip from Kobe's mind and several of the greatest winning IQ plays of all time.
Okay.
This is Eric Smith Sports Training. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, please, for more videos like this. And leave a comment about other sports mentality and IQ topics or players you'd like to see covered. Peace.
You see a player pump fake. If they're right-handed, the right leg always goes behind, right? Now demonstrate. What the hell? They throw a pump fake, they do this, right? See how the back leg goes back? Who the hell is going to shoot the ball from that position? Nobody, right? So why would you fall for that pump fake? Not a million.
That actually just taught me something. I'm not going to lie, I actually just learned something from that. What?
Years. So if a person's going to pump fake and you're looking at his foot and he's in that position, you know he's not going to shoot. He's going to drive the ball. You just back up, right? Now, if they're in this position, now you know that's a real threat.
Bob said he's going to set the tone to start the game. He said, I'm running through Powell's fucking chest.
We was like, what?
Man, you tripping. Man, that's your teammate. You tripping. You ain't about to do that.
He said, first play of the game, then I'm running through that motherfucker.
What? Why would he do that to his teammate?
We was like, holy shit.
Ooh, yo. Can get up. I love this energy. This is what we need.
Oh my God. We was like, oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way we losing this game.
Chat, we're going to end the video right there. But what I do want to say, I didn't know, like, Jrue Holiday's IQ was one of the best in the NBA. And, like, his defense and, you know, how he really takes it serious. Like, a lot of people don't take the defense serious nowadays. So, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to start working on my defense, too. Sliding my feet, trying to, you know, guard the defender for real. I got to stop watching these offensive players and really just try to, you know, lock in, man. But, you know, with that being said, this is the end of the video, chat. So, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But, you know, with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.